लास्ट वाला क्वेश्चन।
Everyone switch on your cam.
सर 8.13 आप वापस बताइए।
I cannot hear. Someone is saying something.
Sir, please tell 8.13 again.
What I should do again?
8.13.
What is 8.13 now?
So the last question which you taught.
We'll do it later. Once let me complete today what I want to do, then we'll do the dots. You're talking about the last class problem, correct?
Yes, sir.
We'll do it later.
In that the last question is we did 8.13.
We'll do it again. It's already done. We'll do it at the end of today's class. Okay, remind me. Okay?
Okay, sir.
Hello, sir.
Yes.
Sir, 8.5 has been cancelled for boards 2022.
I have not started. I'm just displaying.
Okay, sir.
Okay, now listen. Last class we did some problems based on our few table, correct? Last class we did some problems based on our few table, FEWE. Clear? Today's class we will go with some next topic. So I hope everyone is clear with the last class problems. All the problems that we have done were from our table. That is why the table becomes very, very important. FEWE. Okay. Now we'll go ahead. In fact, all the important things that you needed in electrostatics are already covered for 12th standard. There is one more topic called Gauss theorem, which will come in future. So these two topics are the most important topics. One is Gauss theorem and one is what we have done in the last class. Today's class, we are doing small topics, small definitions, which may or may not come in the exam, but are very important even for future chapters. And whatever I'm teaching is from the deleted syllabus itself, so nothing to worry, okay? Now, even if the topic is deleted, there are some things which might help you in the next topic, so I'll give it to you. Like, for example, please look at the screen. In future, if you hear the word equipotential surface, What is the meaning of equipotential? Equi means equal, potential means potential or voltage. Therefore, can I say an equipotential surface is that surface at every point of which the electric potential is the same? Can I say this is an equipotential surface? Or in simple words, what is equipotential surface? Equipotential surface is a surface which has same potential at all points. Okay. For example, if I take a surface and if I say this surface is equipotential surface, and if I say there is one point whose potential is 5 volt, can I say every point on that surface will have potential 5 volt? That is the meaning of equipotential surface. Is it clear? That is the meaning of equipotential surface. So now write down the side heading in your notebook, equipotential surface. Someone was saying something? Written the side heading, equipotential surface. Below that, write down the definition. An equipotential surface is that surface at every point of which the electric potential is the same. Write down. Written the definition. Therefore, in future, whenever you see the word equipotential surface, you should understand that it is equipotential. Equipotential means same potential. So equipotential surface is a surface which has same potential at all points. Okay. Now,
So can you
next.
show me the last
Yes.
slide?
Hmm?
So can you show me the last slide? I have to.
This one?
Yes, sir. Sir, I have to. do that.
Yeah, finish.
Done, sir.
Sir, what does SV denote there in the diagram?
So
The
it is
diagram
5 volt. I just give an example where this is 5 volt. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Now, next topic is conductors, insulators, free charges, bound charges, and the conductor. Okay. Very important definitions, not only for this chapter, throughout your 11th and 12th entrance exams, these definitions will be helpful. Okay. Now, listen. First, we'll see conductors. This is your topic 8.7. Listen to this. Tell me, do you already know this from 11th standard semiconductor?
Yes, sir.
Conductors are materials or substances which allow electricity to flow through them. Why they allow electricity to flow through them? Or when can I say a substance is a good conductor? When a substance has large number of free electrons, then can I say the substance is a good conductor? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Therefore, see here, in a metal, why in a metal they are saying? Because can I say metal is the best example of a conductor? Metal is the best example of a conductor.
Yes,
The
sir.
outermost electrons, that means the valence electrons, are loosely bound to the nucleus and are free for conductivity when an external field is applied. Easy definition. So what are conductors? Conductors are the substances that allow electricity to pass through them. Whenever any substance is a good conductor, what does it mean? It has lot of free electrons. That is why when you apply electric field, all those electrons will participate in conduction. This is the meaning of conductor. Everyone understood the definition,
Sir,
nothing new.
when we get an external electric field, how does it affect the valence electron?
When you get an external electric field, listen to this. When I apply an external electric field, can I say I'm supplying energy?
Yes, sir.
And can I say when I supply energy, the electrons in the valence shell get extra energy. And electrons, when they get energy, what they do? They jump to the next orbital. Correct? But
Yes, sir.
already the electrons are in the valence orbital. That means the last orbital is the valence orbital. Tell me,
Yes.
if electrons jump out of the valence orbital, where they will go? They will be free. They will be nowhere because they will be outside the atom. That is why when I apply external electric field, the energy that the electrons get, they absorb that and jump out. When they jump out, they become free because after valence electron, there is nothing after valence orbital. Did you
So the
understand?
material from which they have jumped is known as conductor, right?
Correct. Conductors are the ones through which I'm passing the electric field. Correct.
Yes, sir. Got it.
Okay.
Thank you.
And the best example of conductors in the next line, metals, humans, earth, and animal bodies are all conductors. Okay, the best example of conductors in this chapter. Okay. So now write down the side heading conductors. That's it. Nothing. Don't write the whole side heading. Just write the side heading conductors and write what I have circled plus here. I'll tell you what you need to write. Write the side heading conductors and write from here till here. Start.
Sir, what is the page number?
Come again. What is the
Page number, it's of textbook, no, sir?
I have taken from the textbook. I don't know, but chapter 8 you will find it 8.7. Just check.
199.
199. Yeah, so 199.
Yes, I got it.
Okay.
Done, sir.
Done, sir.
So can you
For
go
the
back
last,
a minute?
Just 1 minute. Yeah, what is it?
So can you go back for a minute?
Yeah.
Last line.
Hmm. Okay, can I go to the next slide?
Yes, sir.
Now see here. Under electrostatic conditions, means under normal conditions, the conductors usually have these properties. Okay, the conductors usually have these properties. The first property is the field inside a conductor is zero. That means in the interior of a conductor, net electrostatic field is zero and the potential is a constant. Very, very important. Let me explain this again. If I have a charged conductor, okay, if I have a charged conductor, inside the conductor, the electric field will be zero always, and the potential will be a constant always. Repeat. Inside a charged conductor, the electric field will always be zero, but potential will always be a constant. First, let me elaborate on this point. Inside a charged conductor, so if this conductor is charged, inside there will not be any electric field. Now I have already explained to your batch. Let me explain it again. That is why when they say, when there is lightning, okay, when there is lightning and you are down, means on the earth, and there is a tree and there is a car, okay, tell me, when there is a lightning, where is the safest place to stay? When there is a lightning.
Inside the car.
The car.
Inside the car. So when you're inside the car, can I say car acts like a charged conductor? And
Yes.
outside the charged conductor, there will be a field. But can I say inside the electric field will be zero?
Yes.
Can I
Yes.
say inside a charged conductor? Therefore, when there is a
Electrostatic
lightning,
shielding.
this is called electrostatic shielding, correct? This
Yes,
is the
sir.
meaning of the first point. Therefore, can I say inside any charged conductor, the electric field is zero? Similar logic is inside the lift, you don't get range. Not the same logic, but a similar logic. Lift, can I say, is a charged outer conductor. Inside, you don't get any electric field. Similar logic. Okay. Therefore, electric field is always zero, but potential is always a constant. Now, potential is always a constant means, now listen to this. If I take a sphere of radius 5 centimeter and I tell you the potential on the surface is 10 volt, suppose, then what is the potential 1 centimeter away from the center? Tell me. What is the potential 1 centimeter away from the
Zero.
center?
zero.
Answer is 10 volt. Potential is constant.
Potential,
Potential
okay.
cannot be zero. Electric field is zero.
Okay.
Potential will be a constant from where? From the center till you reach the surface. At every point, potential will be the same. 1 centimeter away from center, answer is 10 volt. 2 centimeter away from center, answer is again 10 volt. 3, 4 on the surface also is 10 volt. Potential is always a constant. Electric field is always zero inside, but potential is a constant. Now, electric field is zero inside. We have done the first problem yesterday. Just check. The first problem last class, where what was the electric field inside the sphere? Answer was zero. Check the first problem that we have done in our first class of electrostatics. That question had three parts. What is electric field outside, on the surface, and inside? And inside was always zero, but potential is always a constant. Please remember these points very well. Okay. Other 3, 4, and 5 points are not necessary right now. Did you understand point number 1? Point number 2. Electric field inside is always zero. Potential is always a constant. Therefore, write down from here under electrostatic condition from here till here. Start.
So done.
Give you 10 to 20 seconds more, and then I go to the next slide.
Sir, done.
Now, the next side heading will be insulators. We have done conductors. The next side heading will be insulators. Insulators, you know, conductors have a lot of free electrons. What is insulators? They have no free electrons. And since they have no free electrons, what happens? They will not conduct. But how do you write in the exam? See here. Did you understand this definition of an insulator? So I'll repeat. In insulators, the electrons are tightly bound. In conductors, it was exactly opposite. It was loosely bound. And thus here they are not available for conductivity. In conductors, they are available for conductivity. There are no free charges, there are a lot of free charges. Can I say exactly opposite of conductors is insulators? Correct? And
Yes.
nothing new. You already know this. Conductors are good conductors of electricity because of free electrons, and insulators are bad conductors because of no free electrons. Correct? Therefore, but this is the better way to write. Therefore, write down the side heading insulators. And write this much. Easy, understood? If you're not understood, let me know. It is the definition of insulators which you need to write. Last 10 seconds. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Now the next topic is what are free charges and what are bound charges? What are free charges and what are bound charges? I'll just show you the screen of free charges and I'll show you the screen of bound charges. Why I'm showing you this? Because look at the main heading. Look at the screen now. The main heading was conductors, insulators, free charges, and bound charges. So can I say we have done the definition of conductors? Everyone has written the definition of conductors.
Yes,
We have
sir.
written the definition of insulators also. Now we
Yes,
have to
sir.
write the definition of free charge and you have to write the definition of a bound charge.
Sir,
Now, what
both
is
are
a
in
free
a
charge?
conductor.
Correct. Free charge and bound charge. It's easy. Listen to this. In metallic conductors, the electrons in the outermost shells of the atom are loosely bound to the nucleus and can easily get detached and move freely inside the metal. These charges are called free charges. No other details. Free charges means free to move. That means, can I say free charges are related to conductors? So can you tell me what are bound charges?
Bound to nucleus.
Bound charges means they are fixed to a place. They are not free to move. When do they occur, or where do they exist? They exist near the nucleus, because can I say near the
Inner
nucleus?
shells.
Nucleus can hold them tightly. So look at this. The nucleus itself, which consists of the positive ions and the electrons of the inner shells. For example, if this is nucleus, this is first shell, second, third, and last one is the valence orbital. So can I say the nucleus and the innermost shell, they are always in the fixed position electrons because they are very close to the nucleus. Now can I say this immobile charges are called bound charges? What is the meaning of immobile? Can anyone tell me?
Sir,
what
this
the
is
meaning
not
of-
applied for insulators, right? Because they don't have charges.
Correct. This is for conductors only. But in general, what are bound charges are? Bound are immobile. What is the meaning of the word immobile?
They cannot
Stationary.
Can't move.
Stationary.
Whoever.
Move.
They cannot move, correct? Fixed. Can I say
Yes.
immobile is fixed to a place?
Yes.
Therefore, can I say free charges are free to move and they are found at the outermost shells? And bound charges are fixed charges, means they cannot move and they are found very close to the nucleus. That is why can I say nucleus and close to the nucleus, I have bound charges, and away from the nucleus, I have free charges. Everyone understood this point? Okay.
Yes.
So now write down the side heading free charges and write down whatever I have underlined. Write down. Write down this. Done, Sudarshan. Message me. I'll tell you.
Done. Wait a second.
I'll give you a little more time and then we'll go to the next topic.
Done.
Okay, next topic. See here, bound charges. The same thing that I have written, you have to copy the same thing as it is for bound charges. Write the side heading, bound charges.
So 1 minute.
Then can you take bound charges again?
I cannot hear clearly. What is it?
The bound charges one time.
Can anyone repeat what is he saying?
The bound charges एक और बार बताइए.
Ajay, you repeat what a bound charge is?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so this is the nucleus. This is the first shell. What is the meaning of shell? Orbital, correct? First orbital, second orbital, third orbital, and then you have last orbital, which is called valence orbital. So electrons and the charges, which are nucleus and very close to the nucleus, since they are very close to the nucleus is holding them very tight. And since the nucleus is holding them very tight, they are not able to move anywhere. That is why they are fixed at a position. That is called bound charges. But as you go away from the nucleus, the pull of the nucleus or the influence of the nucleus decreases and they become more and more free. Therefore, closer to the nucleus, you are bound. Away from the nucleus, you are free. Understood?
Yes, sir.
So today we did equipotential surface, conductors, insulators, bound charges, free charges, 5 definitions. I want you to read all 5 definitions. In the meantime, I want you to log off and log in. Not because the meeting is getting over. I want to see how many people are actually active. So all of you log off and log in. Same link. Start. Okay. So come back.